Welcome to the Mind of Basketball Podcast, also known as M.O.B Podcast, playing a final. I am Evan.
And I'm Ja.
It's our basketball podcast. We recap, break down, and analyze players and teams from the previous games from the previous play-in game. Ja.
I'm tired. Just go on.
You're tired. I was going to ask you how you feeling. I want to know how them boys in Memphis are feeling after their big win against the Golden State Warriors, their upset win against the Golden State Warriors. Man, and first off, what a game. What a game. I mean, from the get-go, you could tell Memphis, they came to play.
Yeah.
In the first quarter, you could tell they came to play. The way they was hooping, the way they was balling, the way they was hustling, their immediate defense on Curry. Remember, it's almost like, I think we gotta get into that a little bit later, but the way they came out. But the Warriors, because they got to an early lead, and the Warriors kind of got back into this game almost like immediately because of their shooting and their crowd that they have, and Stephen Curry, of course, And then second quarter hit, the Grizzlies did it again. They got out even more. They got out ahead even more. And then the third quarter hit, and that's when the Warriors, they had to finally started to get it going. They cut the lead within 5. And then, the fourth quarter, the Grizzlies were up by 10 with about 3 minutes left. Looked like all hope was lost. Their three-point shooting, their defense on Curry, that man right there. Well, Dylan Brooks did great too, but Ja Morant, that man did great. And then the Warriors came back. Draymond had big layups. Jordan Poole hit big free throws, even though that probably shouldn't have been a foul called. And yet Taylor Jenkins didn't challenge the call. There's about 1:40 left.
No, I'm laughing about what you said before that.
Draymond? What did Draymond do?
Big layups? Big layups?
All right, hold
on. Oh, you made it.
He had one layup missed.
Which was the most. I'm not even. You finish what you're saying, and then we're gonna get into it.
Okay, fine. Don't be those guys, please don't.
Hey,
because we're not gonna nitpick that. That's what we're not gonna do.
Hey, finger roll. That's all I gotta say. Go on, finish what you're saying, and then we're gonna get into it.
There's a guy right in his face,
bro. I don't know what he was confused about. Either he was trying to make a play or something, but to me, I'm not no NBA player or something, but to me, it looked like if he just won, like the guy was contesting with right hand, but he was going on Draymond's left side. If you look at it, he was on Draymond. He was contesting with his right hand, and he was going towards Draymond's left side right here. Draymond had a wide open on his right there. That wouldn't have been an easy layup.
There was a guy to the right guarding another guy. So if he would have did that, he would have just came over, and it would have been no time for him to pass it.
But that's what I'm saying. That what he had one man to beat though. That was right there. Like it was legit right there. And it looked like I don't know what that was.
We're not gonna act like that decided the game.
that could have.
No. That did not decide the game whatsoever. That was a tie game. It led it to overtime. And what happened in overtime?
Oh yeah, we know what happened in overtime.
Back and forth. But then the Grizzlies stepped up, made big. Grayson Allen made 2 clutch threes. Curry made a 3. Jordan Poole, a clutch 3. Draymond, a clutch 3, since you was want to nitpick in his layup. Draymond, a clutch 3. Draymond. He shot it and he made it when he needed him. He doesn't even shoot. He doesn't even shoot well. I'm not even going black. He doesn't even shoot well. Yet he shot it and he made a big time three for them.
Okay, I guess.
Xavier Tillman, probably the biggest three of the night, with shot clock winding down to take the lead. And then key stops by the Grizzlies, a turnover by Jordan Poole when they were down by 3. And then Ja. Not you, Ja, but J.A. Ja Morant, who came up big time for this Grizzlies team and essentially ended it with that floater as the Grizzlies, in surprising fashion, win this game. Now, before I continue with what I was going to so on, I'll let you speak about your thoughts on this game.
Man, your boy Curry ran out of luck tonight. He ran out of luck tonight. Well, I'll say this, right? Because we alluded to it in the previous episode, how like we both had Golden State. Let's be honest, we both had Golden State. We both thought they had it, but then we alluded to how the Grizzlies could probably do the same thing that the Lakers did to Curry, and that could possibly end up winning them the game, and which it did. They try to get Curry to give up the ball at all times, get it out his hands. Surprisingly, it wasn't just Dylan Brooks. It was Kyle Anderson also making great defensive reads and plays with Curry on and off the ball. Got Curry into foul trouble because Curry was in foul trouble this game. And when you look at it also, I did say, in order for them to win this game, Ja Morant has to stay with Curry for point. Mm-hmm. And yes, that's what he did. That's what he did. He still with Curry point for point. His team did great on both ends of the floor. Big time shots. And they won this game, even though I felt like Draymond Green could have had an opportunity for a game-winning layup. But hey, that's what story.
I understand your point on that, but that did not decide the game for me. Yes, he could have finger rolled, finesse his way layup, but
go on.
The point is that, and the reason why the Warriors lost that is not the first, second, third, fourth, or fifth reason.
Okay, yes, and I understand that, but I'm just like, for me, this is things where I call is divine opportunity. Like you get blessed with an opportunity like that, because you want to know why? I'll tell you why. It wasn't that layup, right? It wasn't that a possible game-winning layup. It was what you said. Jordan Poole controversial kickout call that should have been an offensive foul. The Grizzlies did not challenge that, and yet he ended up getting 3 free throws to tie the game. That's divine intervention.
Not to tie the game, but to close the gap to within 2. Then on the next play, Steph Curry got fouled. Jonas Valanciunas got fouled out, which was big, and Curry tied the game.
Exactly. That small situation right there just gave them a closer opportunity to possibly end up grabbing a win right there. And then it just slipped.
You want him to do a finesse finger roll layup with a guy there and then another guy near. Like that's too. I feel that's too much of a stretch. It's not like he missed a wide open layup. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay, I understand. I guess.
I feel like that's too much of a stretch to say that that determined the outcome, because there's still technically the game should have been over. The Grizzlies were up 10 with 3 minutes left.
Yeah.
You know, and they had multiple opportunities. The Warriors did to come back and win this game. Multiple opportunities. You know, that overtime, it was trading buckets.
Yeah.
It just didn't go in their way. So I'm not going to fault Draymond. And Draymond made big shots and big layups down the stretch to even get them. Before then, when they was down by 10, he had 2 big layups.
Yeah.
And then in overtime, he had a big 3. And Draymond can't shoot threes. And he doesn't shoot threes.
Well, I asked him with KD with that back in Clippers, but hey.
He didn't shoot the 3. He just turned the ball over in the KD situation. But nonetheless, yes. So I'm not fooling Draymond at all. And he played great last night as well.
Yeah, he did.
So I'm not gonna fault Draymond. I'm not even gonna fault the Warriors. I'm gonna give all the credit to the Grizzlies. It's almost like everything that we talked about, how the Grizzlies could win this game, how they could pull off this upset. They did all of that, yes, and it happened. From the way they guarded Stephen Curry, putting Dylan Brooks on him, and Dylan Brooks did a fantastic job once again on the best player on the opposing team. Shut down DeRozan, and he's the best on Curry. Obviously, he didn't shut down Curry because you can't shut down Curry, but he did the best job that he could, alongside with the rest of the Grizzlies team, trapping him and double him and giving him all his attention. Everybody, anybody but him, anybody but Curry. They did that to the best of their ability. And then on the offensive side, as you alluded to, John Morant, he said he had to match Curry, and he did, and more. He was fantastic last night. That was a superstar performance John Morant had last night.
Yeah.
Also, you mentioned how Jonas Valanciunas, he could potentially dominate like how he did in the Spurs game. And he did dominate, but in a certain way. He dominated on the boards.
Yeah.
But the only thing that hurt him was he got in foul trouble, which eventually led to him fouling out the game.
Yeah.
So all of that is the reason why the Grizzlies were able to pull off this upset, this big win. And I kind of want to take credit for it because, at the beginning of the season, they were my surprise team. And, at the surprise.
Yes.
Surprise. I mean, I'm not going to take credit, though, because then I picked the Warriors to win. So I kind of negated that in the end. But,
hey, at least you got something good going for you. Hey, my hot take is down the drain. It's dead.
your dark horse still alive, though.
Oh yeah, my dark horse is still alive, but that's not my hot take. Thanks.
Yeah, but my hot take is, it could be potentially revived depending on the playoffs, but it's not looking good right now. But yeah, I mean, the Grizzlies, you really got to give credit. They hit big shots down the stretch. It was all the role players: Xavier Tillman, Kyle Anderson, of course Grayson Allen, and of course John Morant, superstar making performance last night.
Yeah,
getting first time in his career, getting the Memphis Grizzlies to the playoffs for the first time. What 2 years, 3 years? I think the last time they made it.
Wait, is it 3 or 4?
4. I think the last time we made it was Mike Conley, Mark Stoll's on the team, right?
Yeah, that had to be 2017.
Yeah, they faced the Spurs in the first round.
Yep.
They lost in 6. I remember that series. But yeah, just what a performance by the Grizzlies. All the credit should be going to them. It shouldn't really be talked about the Warriors as much.
Mm-hmm.
Because the Grizzlies really came out and had a great game.
Yeah, yes, they did. And John Morant has made it to the playoffs before Zion Williamson. So talk about that.
I don't know why you decided to mention that, but since we mentioned that, RJ Barry also made it before Zion too.
Yeah, exactly.
But Zion's gonna be there. I have faith in Zion. He's gonna be there eventually. Well, but yeah. As for the Warriors, this is the end of the road. What?
I was gonna say, well, D-Wade made it before Braun and Melo, so yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm not. I don't have to say anything about that. But as for the Warriors, fortunately, end of the road for Golden State. In a year, they had to battle through a lot. Mm-hmm. Injuries. Curry with no KD, no Clay. Everybody think that Curry's just gonna disappear or whatever. And Curry had to remind people who he was this year. I think he did a great job reminding.
Yeah.
I mean, he's an MVP candidate. He showed it. I mean, he commands attention from the entire roster or the entire people on the court. Like, that's how great of a talent, generational talent that he is. Draymond I mean, great playmaker. I mean, the greatest. Great defender, the greatest. And he's been such a big part for this Warriors team. And you see how it kind of turned once he got there.
Yeah.
Of course, their rookie, James Wiseman, he was unfortunately he wasn't playing, but he had himself a great year when he was playing. And of course, you want to talk about the signing of Scano Anderson, who's been a big help for them. Jordan Poole, who stepped up. Andrew Wiggins was at his best year of his career.
Yeah.
You know, and
we forgot about Kelly Oubre. I wonder why
Kelly Oubre, who had to turn around in the middle part of the year because he was really struggling. And also Kelly Oubre was out as well.
It's crazy.
But yeah, it's unfortunate end to Golden State, but we'll see them. Hopefully, get to see them back next year stronger.
Yeah, man. You know, they're going to be fine. The moment the team starts to get healthy again, well, obviously, we already know about that backcourt. That backcourt when they're healthy and how scary they could be.
Yeah.
And hey, look, they're probably not the Warriors of old, of course. They're probably not that former great dynasty that they used to be. But hey, they still the Warriors and they still command respect up in the Bay Area.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what, you got to put some respect on their names because of not just the player who they got, the players who they got, but the organization from top to bottom. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got to respect them regardless. And just know they're going to run it back next season, obviously. And trust and believe, I'm counting on it now. I know we're not the previews, but hey, they're going to be in the playoffs. Unless any crazy injury stuff, God forbid, happens again, they're going to be in the playoffs. Guaranteed. Guaranteed.
Hey, well, early prediction from Ja. But we'll see what happens for next year. But congratulations to the Memphis Grizzlies. Moving on, 8th seed in the Western Conference. And will face the Utah Jazz in the first round of the NBA playoffs. Speaking of the NBA playoffs, it is officially set. That is all for the playing games. No more playing games. The playoffs, the bracket is done. The tree is set. And it will start today as of this recording. And as for our predictions, well, we'll have to wait for our later video today in the morning. So be there for that. We just wanted to get this out there. You know, it's fresh. The Warriors and the Grizzlies game. I want to talk about it. But for our playoff predictions, that will be at 11 a.m. today.
Yeah.
So be there. Should watch it. You're getting exciting, John. It's getting exciting. Playoff basketball is here. Everybody get excited. Everybody get ready. That's all out the way. And guys, watching the play-in final, make sure to tune into the 11 a.m. podcast where we do our playoff predictions and our first playoff podcast. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff.
Also follow IG and our TikTok down in the description below.
Yes, yes, yes. And once again, I'm Evan.
I'm Ja.
This is the Mind Basketball Podcast.